Hi, welcome to Marketing Mondays with House of Untamed. My name is Sheridan LeBay, and I will be leading Marketing Monday tips every Monday on IGTV and YouTube. Here, I'll be sharing various tips for brands, individuals, and everything in between on how to market their brand, best practices, tips and tricks, things you may not have known, and things you can implement very quickly. A little backstory about House of Untamed. My name is Sheridan LeBay, like I mentioned before. I originally am the founder of Southern Couture, which was a small business branding company that I launched in 2014 when I was an undergrad at Sam Houston State University. I launched Southern Couture as a blog. I was a marketing major and felt like I needed to have something that represented my background. So I was like, okay, I'll start a blog, talk about different things. Was interviewing some of my friends who were doing different things like rapping and actors and makeup artists. And so from there, I started to gain traction, and I had individuals reach out to me about like editing essays, doing resumes, editing papers, things of that nature. And so I started offering services through Southern Couture. So then Southern Couture went from a blog to somewhat of a business, but not really a business. And so over the years from 2014 up until probably 2017, I was just doing random ad hoc freelance marketing work, mostly like resumes, editing papers, small scale things like that. And then of course still blogging. And then around 2017, I really started to take my business more seriously, just because I realized the importance of being an entrepreneur, having income outside of your 9 to 5, the freedom, additional income could bring, and that I really just enjoyed having something to do outside of work. And I started offering more services. Social media management became a huge thing, doing websites, graphic design, all things that I've kind of taught myself over time. And so in 2017, 2018, really grew my business, grew the brand of Southern Couture. I became really inspired to do women's empowerment events. So I did a lot of women's conferences, speaking at those, having small women's circles. And then around August of 2018, I launched Untamed Lingerie. And Untamed Lingerie stemmed from noticing that there was a lack of representation for minority women and just women in general in the sex world. So like if you've ever gone to a sex shop, they're very just like commercial. Like they're not sensual. It's like very commercial. Even with a lot of the popular lingerie brands that are out right now, they just like the status quo. Like it's just like lingerie is just meant because it's your man's birthday or because it's Christmas. And I really just wanted to shift the narrative of what lingerie means to people. And so Untamed Lingerie was born. We prioritize offering lingerie for all women. Of course, that's a very broad spectrum, but it's definitely our mission to offer lingerie to all women, all sizes, all shapes, all colors, all figures, and really push the narrative of having lingerie not only for yourself, but really just only for yourself, but not only for yourself, but not feel like you need it for any kind of specific holiday or anything, but just having it. Like you can have lingerie on when you go to work or when you're around the house by yourself. And then from Untamed Lingerie, Untamed Nights was born, which basically is happy hour events that myself and DJ Auditory have around the city, where we bring out sex therapists and have fun game nights, different things like that, just to get people out of the house, outside of like going to the club, which is nothing wrong with the club because I like to go out, but just doing different things around the city, meeting different people, having fun, and then talking about taboo topics, because even in 2019, sex is still a very taboo topic and a very taboo thing to talk about, which is super bizarre. But it is. Here we are. And then somewhere along those lines, after launching Untamed Lingerie and Untamed Nights, I decided that it was time for me to stop playing and get my LLC. And I've been needing to get an LLC for years, and I think that it was just divine timing for me to realize what I really wanted to name my LLC. And so I went through some rebranding through the end of 2018 and early 2019, with rebranding my marketing company from Southern Couture to Untamed Marketing. And so now I am the owner of House of Untamed LLC, which houses Untamed Marketing, Untamed Nights, and Untamed Lingerie, which I think are just three dynamics that also represent my personality and the complexity of it. But really excited. We really have some great things in store this year. We've already done a lot of great things with just having awesome Untamed Nights events, which we've had a great crowd at. Tons of support for Untamed Lingerie, and continuing to grow the client base of Untamed Marketing. And so I was doing Marketing Mondays a little bit last year in 2018. I wasn't consistent with it because that's life. Nobody's ever consistent. If everybody was consistent, we would all be rich and successful and living on the beach. But that's my goal, which is why I'm getting successful and confident this year and consistent this year in making these videos. And so Marketing Mondays, each Monday I will bring you some tips that I realize that a lot of brands, organizations, and nonprofits are missing. I'm really trying to break it down in simple terms. Like, I don't want these to be super complicated videos. I really want these to be bite-sized, brief videos where you're like, okay, I have some homework to do. And then if you have more questions, you can always reach out to me. So I really just wanted to introduce myself with this first video. Didn't want to be too lengthy with it, but definitely wanted to introduce myself, introduce the brand, let you know my why. And I think that's something that's important, is knowing your why. Whether you are working 9 to 5, working 5 to 8, both, wanting to quit your job, not working, and everything in between. I think knowing your why is what will keep you motivated and keep you waking up in the morning. Because if you don't have a why for what you're doing, when the going gets tough, you're gonna be out the door. And that's just life. Like, that's just the realistic side of it, because money is not gonna motivate you forever. That's just, recognition is not gonna motivate you forever. But you have to have intrinsically a why that motivates you. It can't be for your parents, it can't be for your partner, it can't be for your friends, your sorority, your boss, your brother. It has to be for you. And I definitely would challenge everyone just to know your why. If you're a small business, if you're trying to grow professionally in your 9 to 5, you need to know your why, because that's going to keep you motivated at the end of the day. And my whys are kind of variety. It just kind of depends on what business we're talking about. But overall, just helping people, like, at the end of the day. Just helping people. I've always felt like I can use my platform to be a voice for those who don't have a voice or who can't speak up for themselves. Whether that's just asking questions and having the voice of being confident in launching a business, or having the voice in being confident talking about taboo topics like sexuality and relationships and sensuality, or being the voice of someone who wants to feel more confident in their body and self-care and being comfortable wearing lingerie. So that is something that I will talk about a lot. It's just knowing your why and knowing who you are. I consider myself a visionary. I might not always want to execute things, because who wants to get caught up in the nitty-gritty? But you have to do that, like, eventually. At some point, you have to get caught up in the nitty-gritty. But I definitely consider myself a visionary, and that is why I'm so passionate about my businesses, because I like to just inspire others. Like, if somebody comes to me and they're like, hey, I got this idea, but I don't know how to, like, make it plain, or I know I want to do X, Y, and Z, but I don't know what that looks like. I just want to provide the vision for individuals so they can have those stepping stones to go out and be motivated and go after the day and go after the life that they want. Because at the end of the day, everything stems around being able to have the life that you want. Not the life that someone else wants for you, not the life that you think someone wants you to have. But everything goes back to being able to have freedom in the life that you want to have. So I definitely hope that throughout these series of Marketing Mondays, I'm able to inspire you, educate you, entertain you, because I can be funny sometimes. Like, not scripted funny, but, you know, off the cuff funny. But definitely just want to educate on a simplistic level, because marketing can be simple and it can be complicated, especially when you're doing research and you're trying to find all these answers and there's so much loud noise. So definitely just want things to be simple, plain, that you can go out and apply today in your life. So I definitely, after today's video, I do want to challenge you to know your why before we really get in deep in our Marketing Mondays. And I'm definitely going to cover topics for entrepreneurs, professionals, and everything in between, because I'm all of those. I'm a personal brand. I also, of course, am an entrepreneur, and I'm a corporate woman too. So I can see all perspectives, and I'm definitely going to offer tips, suggestions, real life stories, shared stories from other people that cover all those topics. So thanks for tuning in. We will definitely be having Marketing Mondays every Monday. You can find these videos on Instagram TV at House of Untamed and Sheridan LeBay. And you can also find these videos at House of Untamed on YouTube as well. And I look forward to hopefully connecting with those watching. Definitely, if you have any questions that come up as time progresses, feel free to comment below or send me an email at info@houseofuntamed.co. info@houseofuntamed.co. Until then, I am Sheridan LeBay, creative director and owner of House of Untamed, and I've really enjoyed just finally getting some videos out after so long. I've had my ring light for like 3 or 4 months now, so it was time to use it. But definitely excited and looking forward to engaging with you all in the future. Until then, stay ready so you don't have to get ready.